What's good, y'all? Let's talk about this mindset thing for a minute. As I leave this gym, I'm about to go head over and park by this park I like. That's my little talking spot. I'm gonna talk about mindset, man, and why a lot of y'all, like, you being held back by your mentality, your mental state, right? And hopefully, because I'm gonna tell a story, they get this point across, and hopefully if this person hears this and realizes about them, hopefully they take it and grow from it and not take it and be offended by it. But it is what it is. Excuse my hair, y'all. I'm in the process of taking it out, trying to hide it under this hat. But anyway, let's get into it. So look, right? So I got this program called the 10-10 program. For those who don't know, it's basically you get one-on-one, literally one-on-one. I never done one-on-one damn near my whole YouTube business career because I don't like it. All right, because I know that it's gonna come a time when I'm gonna have to hold people accountable, and I don't like conflict. I can handle conflict, you know what I mean? I can deal with it. I ain't scared to do it if I gotta do it, but I really like to avoid it at all costs because I ain't got the time for it. And I know how I am. I really don't got like a middle, so to speak. I'm either 0 or I'm 100, and it's like a lot of times you won't see it coming, and I shot shit out you, and then there you go. So yeah, so that's why I never really like one-on-ones, and so. But I started doing it, and it's the 10-10 program. So the 10-10, the way it works is I coach you one-on-one. And like I said, eventually when we can scale it up, it won't just be me, it'll be other reps coaching you one-on-one. We meet routinely, whether it's weekly or bi-weekly or whatever the case may be. And then in addition to that, you also get X amount of leads from my company every single month delivered to you, whether it's 10 leads, 5 leads, whatever the case may be. But we give you consistent leads every month so you can grow fast, right? And so the purpose of the one-on-ones is mainly to help you price those jobs that we're getting you and follow up and try to close the deal, what to say, what to do, get your website right, blah, 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 right? All that good stuff. And then it's also to hold you accountable. So it's going to be certain things I'm going to be like, you need to do this, this, and this before the next meeting. And then when we meet, you need to have that done, all right? Well, here recently, one of the people who got into the program, actually was on their way to having one of the best success stories that we had through the program so far. This person, they bought in within about, I'll say about maybe 2 to 3 weeks after getting in, they actually closed the deal on a $1,450 contract. So $1,450 contract. And it's for a daycare. The very first lead we sent this person closed the deal. And now mind you, this person, when they got the walkthrough or whatever, like I literally handheld them the entire way through that whole process, right? So they knocked out the walkthrough. They sent me the information on WhatsApp, because when you get this program, you get my personal text line number, so you can contact me for an emergency purpose, right? And then in addition to those routine meetings. So this person texts me, you know, the video of the walkthrough, the details, blah, 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 ask me how much are they price. So we talk about it, I tell them what the price. I think we went in at like $2,000 or something like that. People came back and was like, it's a little bit outside of their budget, but we could tell they really wanted to work with this person, right? So they was like, well, we can only go $1,450, that's the max. And I was like, okay, well, bam, this is what we can do. Let's run these numbers and see, because according to the calculator said that it would take longer to do this job. And the person, being that they brand new, we can't really go off of what they think because they're new to the industry. They don't know how long it's going to take to clean. And I didn't walk it myself, so I don't know, all right? And I wasn't there, right? But I got to go off of what the calculator says, what the new person who did a walkthrough thinks, and then just kind of like my assumption based on my experience, right? To figure out how long we think it's going to take. So here's what I came up with. I told this person, I said, okay, well, what we should do is, let's just do a trial then. Go ahead and close the deal and tell them let's do a 30-day trial. If they like the services, then we'll extend it, right? And then, but here's the key. The key is going to be that when you get in there, you got to clean your ass off to show them why, one, you will work more, and then two, why they want to keep on with you, like keep going with you, right? Because if you get in there, do a trial period for their price, and they don't even stay, and if this thing wasn't profitable, which it was, I'm gonna get to that in a minute, but then it's like you wasted your time on this underbid contract, you know what I mean? And on top of that, you have no leverage to ask for a raise, which you originally wanted in the first place. All right, and then plus there's also the chance of, guess what? we were wrong about the time. Maybe it won't take that long. So fast forward, long story, lo and behold, this person got in there. It took double the time we expected the first time, as expected. Okay. Then as time went on, this person was able to get the time down, and it was actually, I think it was either exactly what we said it might take or a little bit lower. And so this person was still able to walk away with, I think, about either 20 to 30% profit. I can't remember what it was, but it's good profit in there. And when I broke the numbers down to the person didn't understand, they still felt like they was being overworked. They're doing too much, right? And so I negotiated this whole thing. Long story, and there's a bunch of more details, but I'm just going to skip to that. I can get to the point for this video. But long story short, a week later, this person comes back and say they want to cancel the program because they feel like they're not getting enough value. They thought it was going to be more. And I'm like, bruh, you literally closed a $1,400 contract in a matter of weeks. You already made your money back. That money times 12 for the rest of the year. And then most contracts on average in this industry, you keep them usually about 3.5 years if you're doing what you're supposed to do. So you already closed that deal. Your very first walkthrough. We got more walkthroughs that we ain't even, you ain't even get those yet. And so it's like, but you automatic, and you saying that, you feel like you want to cancel already. And you just got in, like, what? I don't understand what people be wanting. Like, you want everything handed to you, bro. Like, we meeting, which this person also didn't show up for that meeting. The second meeting that we supposed to have, they didn't show up. Then they also talking about, can you email me a day, let me know a day before each meeting is coming. As if that, like, I'm not your daddy. You know what I mean? Even if I was your daddy, like, my kids don't even get that. You better learn how to put this bitch in your calendar and let it remind you. You know what I mean? So it's like, we got to be like, change your mindset, y'all. Why y'all think this thing gonna be easy? When did AJ Simmons ever put a video up saying that starting a cleaning company and running a cleaning company and growing a cleaning company and scaling a cleaning company is easy? You can't find that video because it does not exist. I say that this is simple. This industry is one of the most simple businesses that you could ever do, but it is not easy. You gonna be out. You probably gonna be out 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning sometimes, making sure you get these contracts right to get them launched and get them started and get them going. You probably gonna have some people call out on you when you gotta go make up for a service here or there. You probably gonna break something in the contract and then you gotta replace it out of your pocket because you don't want to pay the damn deductible for the insurance to cover it and all of that, right? Things gonna happen. Things are going to happen. You might have somebody that's gonna fuss at you about the pay, and then they think they want to, get physical about it. You got to figure out how to handle that in a professional manner and not revert back to your street ways, right? From the default settings that we grew up with. So it's like, long story short, you can't, like, put it in your brain now that nothing's going to happen soon. When I started my company, any company I ever started, once I figured it out, because it took me in my early years, it took me a while to realize. Once I started figuring it out, it's always a 5 to 10 year window that you got to go into it with. It's not a flip. This ain't drugs. You can't just put your money into something. I'm going to take this $1,200, put it into this, and I'm going to flip it into $2,400 by next month. That's not what this is. If you looking to flip to get from over here, that ain't what this is. This is an investment in a company, a long-term investment. You know what I mean? Sometimes some people's stuff grows sooner than others. And some people's journey start off a little bit slow and then they bump later. It just depends. But what you can't do is think that somebody else gonna do it for you. Like, my company already here. We already setting you up with the walkthroughs. You know what I mean? I'm already literally I'm giving out over 1,000 videos up here for free. You know what I mean? I'm already giving you every damn thing you need to know. And this is out here. So imagine what I also got once you inside a Clean Biz Network. You know what I mean? Once you inside of a 1010 program, right? I'm sitting here walking you through, literally, I'm doing GoDaddy tech support with you live on the damn call. Stuff that we not GoDaddy. If you got a problem with your domain name, you should be talking to them, not me. But guess what? I still go out of my way and do it anyway, because that's what I do. You know what I mean? And I know how hard it is when you brand new in the business and you don't know nothing. And you just wishing and hoping somebody can genuinely help you without, trying to take advantage of you, rip you off, or none of that. I got you. But you got to put the work in, and you got to know that this shit ain't going to be easy. It ain't going to happen overnight, none of that. Matter of fact, this same person had an issue with getting paid from that same contract. I taught this person exactly what to say, how to handle that situation, You know what I mean? Like, go back to, and I also told them how to structure their terms in case this did happen. Guess what? They was able to enforce those terms and they got paid. You see what I'm saying? And then, so for the person to come and say, well, I don't feel like I'm getting my money's worth. Well, how the hell would you have done any of this without me personally guiding you? How would you have done it? You know what I mean? It's like, ChatGTP is here, but ChatGTP be wrong. I just saw somebody posting the CBN the other day about a price that ChatGTP gave them, and that thing was way off. Way off. Because you got to remember, ChatGTP is not a real, true AI yet. That's just, ChatGTP is basically is Google on steroids. It just scours the internet with thousands and thousands of data and information, comes up with the best solution, and assumes what the best thing should be. And it gets it right most of the time, but the main thing with ChatGPT is you got to prompt it correctly. You got to give it as much context as possible to get the best result. And most people don't know how to do that. Just like a lot of times people don't ask the right questions, but you don't ask the right questions because you don't know what you don't know. You see what I'm saying? That's why a good consultant or coach or mentor can help get you and guide you to the right question, right? Like I saw somebody, they asked me on the video the other day. I didn't get a chance to reply yet, but I saw it. And they asked me, they was like, is making, I think they said like, is making $4,000 a month good for 5 contracts? That's a horrible question. That question really doesn't have any base. That's not the right question. A better question would be, along those lines, a better question would be, okay, I have 5 contracts. And I don't know how many, I think it said 5 contracts. Something like, I got 5 contracts, they pay me X. Am I making a good profit margin on these? You know what I mean? I got to know how much are they paying you? You can't just say, if I got 5 contracts, I should make $8,000. You don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because $8,000, you can get $8,000 a month from 8 $1,000 a month contracts. You can get $8,000 from 16 $500 contracts. I don't know. That's not a good question. So you got to think about, like, what are you really trying to figure out? Like, don't just take a little bit of what somebody said and then try to run with that. Like, figure out, okay, like, really get to the root. What are you looking? Are you trying to ask me, are you profitable? Are you trying to ask me, should you be charging more? Which from that, you don't know. The way you would know if you should be charging more is based off of your profit. You know what I mean? So you got to say, okay, well, how much are you paying out? And if you ain't paying out nothing, and you cleaning it all, then you got to say, okay, well, how much would I be paying out if I was hiring somebody else? You can't say, well, I'm doing great because my profit margin is 75% because I don't pay nobody. Well, that's easy to say, but what if your ass is you charging $20 when it really the going rate in your area should be $40 an hour, but you charging $20 an hour just to get the job, and you can't tell that you underbidding because you doing all the work. You still losing because you ain't getting what your value is worth. You know what I mean? The value of that service is worth. But anyway, I'm all over the place in this one. I'm just thinking the shit as it comes to me. You know what I mean? But I guess I needed to vent. But the bottom line is this, y'all. Don't come over here thinking this shit easy. And this is the reason, too, why I'm changing the damn 1010 program. Because it's not attracting the right people still. You know what I mean? I need people that's going to put in the work. And I gotta. Like, I even thought about doing the walkthroughs for y'all at this point. Hiring reps all across the damn country. And literally send people on the damn walkthrough for you. Since, you know, people won't follow the steps in the videos. You know what I mean? People won't. Like, damn, I got to do everything? At this point, at this rate, I might as well just do it all my damn self and then sub everything out to everybody and just be a monopoly. That's what I should do. I've been saying that for years. But I don't want to. I don't feel like it. I have a beautiful lifestyle business. I'm cool. You know, I ain't never sought out to be Bezos or none of them, no way. You know what I mean? But I tell you what, the opportunity is definitely there for the taking, and I debate it all the time. But anyway, besides the point, let's stay focused here. Bottom line is, stop thinking this shit gonna be easy, y'all. I don't give a damn which program you get or how much you spend on it. You still have to work. You have to work. Okay? I'm here to help. And the more advanced of a program that you get from me, the more you pay for a program that you get from me, the more help you're going to get. 9 times out, that's how that goes, right? Because there's going to be more value if I'm charging you more. But there's no way for you to get around the fact that you got to work. Please understand that. And that ain't got nothing to do with me and just my company. That's in general. Any business, if you want to be a business owner, prepare to work harder than you ever worked for a job, period. Also prepare to say fuck everything else. If you got another business or another hustle or something else, you need to make a choice. If you're going to do this or you're going to do that, because they both probably can work. Now, most of the times, the industry that you in, the other industry, most of those times, those industries ain't good as this one. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Most industries can't say that. You know what I mean? So figure out also what's the outlook for your industry. This one is one of them ones. I would advise if you're going to pick one thing, this is a good one to pick. But if you got another thing going and it's already making you money and that's a multi-billion-dollar industry too, and you see how powerful you can scale that. But lock in, and then understanding, no one give a fuck what you pick is not going to be easy. I went the route I went because I didn't know that yet. You know what I mean? I said, oh, I'm going to go to software. Well, I'm going to go to courses. I'm going to go to e-commerce. I'm going to go to drop shipping. I'm going to do this. And then finally, I finally had to just accept business is business. If you're going to run a real business, you're going to have to deal with fucking people. Period. People. Employees, subcontractors, vendors, customers, all these people, all this, your damn self. You got to deal with you, which is the hardest part. You and your attitude and your temperament, your motivation, your lack of discipline, everything. The work ain't going nowhere. Get used to it. Ask yourself what, and this is the kicker too. I'm gonna let that person go in a minute. But one more thing about this person too. One of the assignments that I give to people is a lot of times depending on their schedule, right? Because I'll make a plan based off of what their schedule is. But this person promised that they can not only cold call, but they can go door to door too. I checked with them on the follow-up meeting. Did you do your 220 calls? It's been 2 weeks, by the way. That's light work for 2 weeks. Did you do your 220 calls? No. Well, how the hell you gonna tell us about what I'm doing to help you, and you ain't even done what the hell you supposed to do to help your damn self? Like, come on, y'all. Check your damn self before you think you gonna check somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta do better. Please do better. Always do your best. Make sure you're doing what the hell you supposed to do before you worry about what anybody else doing. All right? That's it. And then, all right, one more thing. I said I was going to let that person go, but one more thing. The person told me, well, you should be pricing like this. You need to look at it like you get X amount of meetings to blah, 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 and you add up the cost of what it's going to cost you, and that's how much that's how you should come up with the price. I said, person, that's exactly how I came up with the price. You know how much it costs me to deliver you 10 leads a month? That shit ain't free. So that I'm paying for that. Then I'm also meeting with you personally. I don't even do that work for money shit, but I'm trying to grind it out to, get this thing to where I see the vision of where it could get to. So that's what you got to do sometimes. So when I tell y'all, get a contract, clean it, put somebody in it, get a contract, clean it. That cleaning part is you grinding it out, doing what you got to do, because it's like, no, we ain't going to be cleaning long term, but you got to sacrifice for a little while. So I'm sacrificing for a little while. I'm doing it myself to get all the kinks, get the common problems that we running into, and then consistently and surely making the program better, right? And the person said, so when I told them that's exactly what I did, how I came to price, the person talked about, okay, but we only get 2 meetings. So how much? I said, yes. Do you know what I charge per hour to do a consultation with me one-on-one? That's $500. $500 for an hour with me. Like, that's what I charge. The person said, oh, that's too much. I said, okay, well, go find somebody else. Like that, if you want, I don't know how the fuck this shit keep doing. If you want the GOAT, then you got to pay for the GOAT. Everybody else might not charge that, but guess what? Everybody else ain't got my experience. They don't got my resources and none of that. You know what I mean? And if you feel like what they got is better, then great. Pay for them. You know what I mean? But if you want me, then you got it. It's what I say. It ain't what you say. And that dimension is also what the market saying. The market is paying for it. So if the market is paying for it, like what we talking about, and I'm already helping you I already help you make money. You know what I mean? You go like, come on, watch yourself. Watch yourself. All right, I'm gonna get the hell up off here, because really, I guess I can't invent about that. But still, the point is this: mindset is everything, y'all. Like, make sure you got the right mindset before you come over here. Don't come join nothing that I got if you ain't willing to put in the work your damn self. That's it. Don't invest in no company if you ain't willing to put in the work to make sure that that company is going to thrive, guaranteed. Like, you got to be willing to go the extra mile. And that's a preliminary question that I ask before you invest in the 10-10 program. We do discovery calls. And one of the calls, towards the end of that discovery call, I ask you, are you willing to put in 100? No, I don't say 110%. I say, are you willing to go the extra mile? Every single person say yes. Did 90% of the people get in the program and don't do the shit they supposed to do, if I'm honest with you. Nobody, I tell people, make X amount of calls before the next meeting. None of them do, almost none of them. You know what I mean? I tell people, well, follow up on this lead after you do the submit the proposal. Follow up. Most people don't do it. They wait for the meeting with me and then want me to do it with them or for them. You got to fix this shit. Ain't nobody going to do nothing for you. Nothing. You got to do that shit. And if you happen to get lucky to come across a done for you program, good. It's easier for you, but still do some shit. Treat it like they ain't doing it for you. You know what I mean? Like, treat that shit like, come on, it's your shit. Don't you want it? You want it to work, don't you? Do what you're supposed to do, man. I'm out of here, bro. Let me close this properly. Thank y'all so much for watching, subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. I'm AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Business Network. I'm the Clean Business GOAT. Why do they call me the GOAT? It ain't just me saying it. Other people have decided to say it because I've helped thousands of people all over the world. Not just the country. We in Africa, where everybody know. If you in this industry, you know where to come if you want the real information. Simple as that. Simple as that. Alright? So that's what that is. And if you're interested in this damn, and that thing beep one more time. And if you're interested in this damn, in the 10-10 program before I change it and increase the price, because I guess I gotta do more and provide even more value, which means I gotta change the price. Anyway, then you better get it now before I raise it. 1010program.com. Alright? If you don't need the one-on-one, the hand holding, none of that, you don't need, alright, bam, just join us regular. CleanBusinessNetwork.app. Click join us. It's only $99 a month. Alright? If you're already in CBN, we got changes coming up. Get in that Facebook group. Go to the private Facebook group so you can see what I just posted. I got couple updates coming up here shortly, so stay tuned, y'all. Appreciate everybody. Now, I mean, y'all have a great day. It's my daughter's birthday. Happy birthday, baby girl. Now, we about to enjoy that today. My son got a game tonight. Hopefully, he score $1 million. Now, I mean, they get the win. Thank y'all for watching. Talk to y'all later.